welcome back to another cooking video. Today we're doing my duck with fancy potatoes. I'm not really sure if I did a voiceover last time, but we're doing a voiceover now. So ingredient wise, just to begin with, we need some chopped onions, rosemary and thyme, and then some garlic. So I'm prepping the garlic here. I'm not sure if I do this right, but what I do is I peel the whole garlic. You get the little cloves. I cut off either end of the clove and then peel off the skin. Normally I do what's it called? Well, I'm dicing it today anyway, because I didn't have my usual device where I squish it. So this is me very poorly dicing up my garlic. And then I'm just going to pop it in with the onion ready for later, because we don't need it quite yet. So there's all that. Use peanut whilst we do the dishes. Next, I am preparing the OXO cubes. So I don't know if you've seen that life hack where apparently you pull the sides and then it's easier to crush. It was not easier for me to crush. I couldn't do it. In the end, I had to use a knife because my hands weren't strong enough. And it all came out like the side. But anyway, so we're going to put those into the jug, and then we need a litre of stock. So we're just going to fill up with boiling water. Normally I have a kettle, but I was at a friend's house, so we're using a coffee machine. Time for a little Taylor Swift and Diet Coke break. Then we're going to mix all the OXOs in to make sure there's nothing just sitting at the bottom. And then we're going to wash the potatoes ready for peeling. This for me is the longest part of the entire cooking process, just because I hate peeling potatoes. I'm really not very good at it, and I don't know why. Once I've peeled them all, I put them into the pan just for holding until we're ready to grate them. So you need a cheese grater, and you just want to slice them really finely on the side, and you should end up with like a massive pile of potatoes, because this is obviously like the main ingredient. They should be really thinly sliced like this. Look at that, beautiful. I'm then going to preheat the oven. I do normally just put it on 200 if I'm being honest. There's all my potatoes, and then I'm going to start heating up the OXO. So we're just going to pour it into the pan and then add the rosemary and the thyme and bring it to a boil, not for long, maybe like 5-10 minutes. And at the same time, you're going to want to heat up your pan and add the onion and the garlic. You want to fry this off until it's like golden, because that's going to go in between each layer of potatoes. Look at that, that is perfect. Once your stock's been brought to a boil, you need to drain it. So you need to make sure that all the rosemary and the thyme is separated. My camera fogged up here, sorry. So you got the rosemary and thyme on the left. You can just bin that. After that, I put the stock back into the jug, ready to use. You should have potatoes, your stock, your garlic and onion, your salt, pepper and oil. So first of all, we're just going to put some oil at the bottom of the dish, just to make sure that the potatoes aren't going to stick when they're put in the oven. And then some onion and garlic for flavouring. You then do a layer of potatoes, just want to cover the base. Add onions and garlics again. Then you want some salt and also some pepper. Beautiful, fantastic. And then you're just going to repeat that process until the dish is like 3/4 of the way full. After you've done that and the potatoes are all in, you're going to want to add your stock on top, which is still probably going to be hot, so just be careful when you're squishing down the potatoes. This is just to get the juice in between each layer, make sure the flavour's spreading properly, but that could be hot, so just be careful. After that's all done, you're going to wrap it in some foil. Just make sure the top doesn't burn, and pop it in the oven. It says about 40 minutes, I always give longer, but just check it's not burning, it'll be fine. You'll have excess potatoes left over, but it's better to have more than less, that's what I always say. Next, I like to prep the bread. It's the most important part for me because I love bread. So just a nice French stick, just cut it into like medium slices, and then clover on both sides. This is my guilty pleasure. Both sides of the French stick, absolutely banging. That's all wrapped up and ready, and next we're going to prepare the duck. So I've never actually cooked duck before this, so if it doesn't look good, don't shout at me. So you just want to open the packet and you want to start to score the skin. That's a bit of a tongue twister. I struggled a few times on that then. And then once it's scored, you need salt, pepper, season, whatever seasoning you're putting on it. After that, it needs to go into a pan without oil. I did this wrong to begin with, no oil. It just needs to go skin down in the pan. And once the skin is a bit crispy and golden, you just want to flip it over, which I did really poorly here. Don't use scissors. To seal the duck on each side, and then finish it off in the oven, just maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, depending how much you like it cooked. I actually overcooked ours a little bit, but it was still lovely. Like, I like it a bit more pink than this, but for some people this would probably be perfect. Oh my god, I'm stuttering. Potatoes are done, slapping, and then you just plate up. Beautiful. You want some French stick, a little bit of duck. It does look tiny on this massive plate, but it was really nice. And then a massive serving of potatoes, because they are literally my favourite thing to eat in the whole world. And it's ready. And thank you very much. Bye. How do I stop?